Full forecast in just a little bit.
Thanks, Riley. A crash with injuries at St. Sebastian Way and Jones Street in downtown Augusta is slowing traffic. We're giving you a look now at the scene of that crash. Right now, details are still limited, but we do know that there was at least one person with injuries. We're working to learn more about what led up to that crash and the extent of the injuries. We'll keep you updated.
The race for Augusta-Richmond County's next mayor is underway, and this week we're sitting down with all four candidates to hear directly from them about their plans for the city.
First up, Eric Gaines. He's a business owner and real estate investor who says Augusta has been stuck in a cycle of broken promises for decades. He sat down with your Cindy Hood, who joins us in the studio tonight.
Well, Eric Gaines is a first-time candidate. He says Augusta's leadership has been recycled for too long. His pitch to voters: transparency, long-term infrastructure investment, and a government that listens. Eric Gaines is a first-time candidate, but he says the problems he's running on are anything but new.
We've had the same group of individuals, I call it recycled leadership, get on the ballot, running for public office, making promises in front of the community, and then when they get in office, they don't stand behind those actual promises that they're making.
He points to the downtown Augusta neighborhood where he built his home as evidence of what he says years of neglect look like on the ground.
But that was one of the biggest things that pushed me as a business owner here, a real estate investor, to really just try to take charge and figure out how we can actually make this city best and make it work for the actual community here. We're not making practical decisions here in Augusta-Richmond County that works for our actual residents.
Gaines says he has a plan to address that.
An Augusta 2045 Capital Acceleration Framework. This is a 20-year vision where we actually get out there doing strategic upgrades in all of our quarters here in Augusta-Richmond County.
He also wants a citizen-led budget advisory committee to track how the city spends your money.
We've got to be transparent about how we're running this government, whether it may be good or bad, and have it publicly displayed. This is one of the reasons why I want to have some type of public dashboard where folks can actually go through and actually see where we're at in our government and what we're doing. But it also takes an actual strong leader providing clear direction about where we're going as a city, and actually work with our actual commissioners, and not have any of the fussing and the public infighting that we have seen happen time and time again.
Gaines says if elected, he'd also launch a mayor's roundtable. He calls it a way for people to hold their government accountable. Now, again, he is one of four running to be Augusta's next mayor. Our coverage of this race continues tomorrow with Mayor Garnett Johnson.
Thanks for that, Sydney. And here's a look at where you can vote in Richmond County. You can also drop off absentee ballots at the Municipal Center drop box. Early voting continues in Georgia every day except for this Sunday.
And here's where you can go and vote in Columbia County. Polls are open 8 to 5 on weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday the 9th.
There are several other local races in each county. There are two proposed taxes on the ballot, SPLOST 9 and FLOST. SPLOST 9 is a 1% sales tax with the money going to improvement projects. FLOST is a 0.5% sales tax that would reduce property taxes.
Half of the Augusta Commission seats are also on the ballot. Those are districts 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and a list of judge races too. Over in Columbia County, you'll see races for county commission seats for District 1 and 4 and District 2 and 3 for the Board of Education. And Georgia's fourth tax rebate is on the way.
After months of advocating for a new shelter, the North Augusta Animal Shelter could see improvements discussed tonight.
The City Council is set to discuss several proposed safety improvements and more. Tonight, your Audrey Dickherber is live from outside that meeting over in North Augusta. Audrey, what do advocates for the shelter have to say about the proposed improvements?
Well, they're excited about some of the change they have already seen at the current shelter, but they're hoping for more. Now, tonight, there's a chance to make even more change. And actually, one volunteer even drew up some plans, as you can see right here. They're hoping to add a puppy area as well as extend the backyard and even add an officer on the weekend so they can let out the dogs then too.
It's been something that's been fought for years.
Seeing change, but fighting for more.
This needs to be at the forefront of everybody's mind because for decades, this shelter, this facility, it's actually a holding facility, has existed here in the city of North Augusta, and most don't even know where it is.
This is where it is. surrounded by concrete and little grass. And while there have been improvements, such as a window adding light and a better ventilation system, they're hoping for more.
Until we get a new shelter, until we get something that meets the 5 freedoms of the ASPCA that most shelters align with. Right now, our dogs are in kennels up to 22 hours at a time over the weekend, and that doesn't meet those standards in the least.
And depending on how many dogs they have, they could only get outside for maybe 10 minutes a day.
The dogs are lucky during the week. We're here quite frequently, but on the weekends, you come in and the dogs have been in there, not let out, not exercised or anything since noon the day before. And we come in from 10 a.m. until noon on Saturdays and Sundays. That's all we're allowed right now for the volunteer hours.
Doing what they can to take care of them the best they can.
It's a little heartbreaking, but our dogs really, they perk up. When they see us and everything, they know that we're here, they know what they're going to get when we're here. They're going to get spoiled, they're going to get walked, they're going to go on doggy day outs.
Wanting more community and city support to make changes and help more dogs, which helps the community.
The public needs to support this because North Augusta is growing. It's not getting any smaller. You look around, there's fields that have been cleared and ready to
Be more
homes.
dogs.
Means a lot more dogs. The end game, we would like a shelter, and that way we could partner with the animal control.
And just like she said, that end goal is to get a shelter, but there's a lot of factors that go into getting to that point. So they're going to continue fighting for the current space they have to put these animals in the best conditions possible. So it'll be interesting to see what city officials say tonight at the meeting, and we'll have more on that later too.
A lot of ideas on the table here. It's something that's been talked about for some time, so it's certainly something we'll continue to follow as that meeting is going on right now. Thanks for that, Audrey. A former WOW internet technician accused